Bizarre. It actually drops again? Bizarre, guys. I hope I'm back. First, welcome back, Sloth. I honestly don't know. Yo, Russ! Welcome. Hey, guys. Sorry about this. I don't know what's up, actually. I actually, Joe Sum, evening. I'm kind of hoping that the network connection is going to be more stable from now on, because I did actually prioritize the computer that's streaming on the network so that it wouldn't actually drop. It seemed to work pretty well when I tested it before, but for some reason, I guess, it still dropped out. I'm kind of confused though. Anyway, hopefully you guys can get back onto the stream. Donkey, it should work, by the way. Is it working with the live chat? Is no longer live. Let me kill that. I will run it again. Okay. You should be able to try it again, Sloth. The command should work now. Test, test. Welcome back. I don't think still don't have the RRR. So triple R. Donkey.
Oh, you.
Yes, perfect.
Donkey.
Okay, that's working. At least the commands are working. Hopefully the network's going to keep on working. Sorry about that, guys. And welcome back. So, Russ, now that you're here, I don't know if you installed one of these mod chips before, actually. I'm trying to install the Aladdin XT Plus 2. I've never done this, so I'm kind of trying to figure out how I'm supposed to do this. I'll try to keep an eye on the network here, because I think it's saying it's dropping every now and then again. It's broken. Never mind. Cable run. Yeah, TFN. I do need to run a cable, I guess. I guess when I'm streaming, I should kind of feed a cable down through the window here, if I can, and get rid of the Fritzbox. I know, man. I'm hating the crap out of it. I kind of got into that ecosystem. It looked really simple from the start, but it's kind of been giving me a lot of pain recently. So, not tremendously a huge fan at the moment. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, guys, it's going to be stable enough for now, and then we'll see from there. I only use the Aladdin for XBlast to test RAM. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to do now, actually, because before I was trying to run XBlast directly from the hard drive, and I've actually flashed the chip on here directly. So this now has SirBIOS on there. And when you run XBlast from the hard drive with SirBIOS on there, or basically if you're using the XBE version of XBlast OS, then it can't actually test the RAM. Worms, welcome back. I found you again. What happened? To be honest, I don't know. For some reason, the network just kind of craps out every now and then. I didn't notice it. I didn't see that it actually dropped, so I didn't see that the stream had ended, and YouTube decided, well, you're gone, so might as well end the stream. So sorry about that, guys. But now we're back, and hopefully it's going to be stable enough. I see that every now and then it drops a couple frames, so The repeater here is...
Electrical damage detected.
I hope not. I hope we have no electrical damage, guys. I don't hope so. All right. So anyway, where were we? Nice. Broken. What? I don't have a what command.
You smell something burning?
Yeah. Are you missing 4 header pins? No, I don't think so. The when you look at the installation here, they also don't have the 4 pins here. So this is it when it's finished. And then, yeah. And what's kind of confusing me in the installation for this one is they're talking about what is it called? An alternative D0 point. So what does alternative mean? Does it mean only if I don't have the original D0 or what? Ah, interesting. So solder D0 on the motherboard to D0 on the chip. You'll need to scrape the surface of the D0 point on the motherboard as it has a clear solder mask coat on top of it. You want me to shut up? Which direction is the front of the console? The direction the front of the console is this. So if I rotate it this way, I go back to the pin header. So I'm kind of oriented like this. As it has, oh sorry guys, you couldn't see the PC, I guess. Anyway, I'll read what it says here. As it has a clear solder mask coat on top of it. If you do not have fine tools or confidence in your soldering skills, of course we have confidence in our soldering skills. The alternate point is on the back of the motherboard and is easier to solder to than the front side one. Decide if you want the motherboard, the mod chip always on, recommended, or on only when the power button is held for 1 second. If you want it always on, solder BT on the chip to ground. If you want it on only when the power button is held for 1 second, solder BT on the motherboard to BT on the chip. Ah, interesting. So there's a ground point for D0. I'm driving right now. Give me a second and I'll try to send it to you. Which version motherboard are you using? 1.4, Russ. And please don't crash. Don't drive and use your phone. Optional solder H0 and L1 to 11, blah, blah, blah. Yes. Okay, so D0 on the motherboard. Yeah, so there's supposed to be, there's a ground point for D0. So when I look at the drawings, and I'll show you guys what I see here, or basically the images. This is H0, that we are not interested in. Here there is an alternative D0, but what confuses me is they talk about solder D0 on the motherboard to D0 on the chip. You'll need to scrape the surface of the D0 point on the motherboard. Okay, sure, that's fine. But then if you don't have the tools, the alternative point is on the back of the motherboard and is easier to solder to than the front side one. But the image does not, what are you talking about here? The image only shows the alternative D0 point. Interesting. So what is D0? D0 point. But we're not on a 1.5. Are we? No, we are not. Aladdin XT plus 2. What was it called? Aladdin plus 2. Plus 2 D0. Here, I'm just going to open this, one of these videos, I guess. Modding an original Xbox from this, Mod Labs. This is a 1.6, this is 1.4. So I'm just going to open this one. We're going to have a look together. See what this guy does. I'm going to monitor my network connection, not that it drops again. as soon as I start a video. So Mad Mod Labs, that's what we're looking at right now. So he's taking it apart. We've already done that. Sure, he's cleaning it up. Sure, we're not doing that yet. Okay, here he's doing something about the mod chip. No! Are you kidding me? Am I back onto the stream? I sure hope so. Yep, there we go again. Oh man. Test again. Am I back? Oh man, TFN. I really hope that I'm back on the internets. Something really, really weird is going on with my network here. Because as soon as I started the video, the signal strength for OBS here dropped. Discord message. Ah, thanks, Russ. Let's have a look. So here we have it. Yeah, so how does that work? You basically pointed out the alternative. Ah, there it is. It's like marked in red, but like barely. That's crazy. Okay, now I can see. Sure. Okay. So if I'm not mistaken, the point that you're talking about is, let me orient this so it's in the same way as the image that you sent. There. So it's basically, if I'm not mistaken, we have the row here. So we have the corner. We have 2 points there. We have 1, 2, and 3. So it's this one. Nice. Those tweezers are terrible, by the way. So it's basically, we're looking at this point here. That is our D0. Okay. Interesting. And so that needs to be installed to the D0 on the Aladdin right there. Let me see if I can. Oh, sorry, you guys couldn't see again. Overhead, that one. Not that one, overhead. Oh yeah, this is overhead, and then the camera's there. Nope, I want microscope. There we are. So sorry, I was pointing. Terrible streamer here, first time streamer. This point is basically the D0. You're still here to me, says Worms. And then TFN, Cat7 network cable plus Keystone terminals is about 25 euros just for your info. Man, I got it. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to do it. I was kind of hoping I wouldn't. And I'm not even 100% sure whether it's going to solve everything. But yeah, at least I think I will try. Because this kind of really sucks. But yeah. Okay. But to get back to this, I think this is the point that we want to solder to. So I'm just going to remove the clear mask. And there we go. And then I'm just going to try, see if we can solder something to that. Put some solder on there, basically. there. Doesn't want to adhere too nicely, so I think I am going to use my little grinding tool here. I think that'll do. That looks pretty good. And then yeah, I think that's better. That should work. Yeah, that's good. Perfect. Okay. So, what do they want us to do? You know where to find me if you need info. Thanks, TFN. I may actually contact you seriously to see if I can solve the network issues here. Find which side of the capacitor is ground and run the D0 wire to the ground. So they basically want me to ground this point? Is that what I understand? Yeah. Solder D0 on the motherboard to D0 on the chip. They basically want me to solder it to the mod chip though, don't they? Interesting. So from there to there. And then I'm wondering, insert the LPC header. So what's kind of confusing me right now is when I mount this, I don't even know in which direction we're supposed to mount it. So if I go here, you guys can now hopefully see a bit better. I just kind of want to see which direction the mod chip is mounted. That is +2, so is it like mounted in this direction? No, that wouldn't fit. So it has to be this direction, basically. And so then they want me to solder that D0 straight to here and then plug it in, I guess. Is that if you want the mod chip? Oh, you guys can't see. Sorry about that. We'll need to do the following, follow the next steps. Sure. Okay. So I'm not sure if I follow your comment regarding the capacitor and running a D0 wire to the ground. So you're saying I should not solder it to the mod chip itself? Because the instructions here say to solder D0 on the motherboard to D0 on the chip, which maybe makes it go through ground? I have no idea. Oh. Man, you guys, we're not even getting to the installation of the RAM chips. It's kind of what I was hoping I was going to be able to do today, but now we're just kind of fighting with mod chips and what. All right. Let's see if I can get that D0 soldered on. Voila, bingo, number one. So, then I'm gonna grab something to clean with. I was told by Ace to solder to ground on nearby cap. So basically just D0 to ground, and that's it. I mean, if Ace says so, I would also trust it. Absolutely. I mean, I trust it when you say it, but I mean, if you heard it from Ace, then that solidifies it even more. But then I wonder why they want you to solder D0 to the chip on this page that I'm reading here. There we go. Voila. Just dry that up real quick. Like so. And I just want to apply like a little bit of Kapton tape, just so that I don't rip this trace off the board. That would be a bummer.
No.
No. Let me see. Bad instructions. Do me a favor. I want to see the D0 point on the mod chip is ground. Can you plug in mod chip and check continuity to ground? That would actually be funny. You might be right. I will do that. Give me 1 second. I will just get like a little bit of Kapton tape so that I can just tape this down so I don't accidentally rip this off. Perfect. There we go. And then I will grab my clipper here. There we go. Okay, now, so I'm just going to plug in the mod chip. How am I going to test D0 though? Because it's on the other side of the board. Like the D0 point is on this side. Oh, but it goes through this via. Ah, cool. So it's this. This is D0. Okay. Then I'm going to plug it in. Then I will show not this one, but this one. We're in continuity mode. And my cables are stuck. There we go. So continuity. That is working. Then D0 to some ground. I guess this is going to be D0. That is not. Okay, I don't know if that's a good ground though. That's a good ground. So apparently not. Apparently D0. Oh wait, this is not D0, of course. This should be D0. How am I going to test this now? Well, no, yeah. So this should have been ground then, if that were true. Oh no, the scope. Sorry, guys. There we go. Genius. Genius. Sorry, guys. Oh, we got some more people. Supersonic Corn Dog, welcome. Worms. Oh, we already have Worms. James. Man, we're struggling today, guys. You're watching me struggle. This has not gone at all the way that I was hoping it was going to go. But we're having fun. At least I'm still having fun. So hope you guys can bear with me as we go on this discovery together. So basically what I'm doing so far is installing this mod chip because I need to install the mod chip so I can test the RAM modules that we install one at a time. Nice. Yeah, basically I'm already having difficulty installing this mod chip. I'm not quite following all the steps. And for some reason, so what I'm basically testing right now is testing whether or not this D0 point that they're telling me to solder to is ground, which I'm testing here, and apparently it's not. So then if Ace says solder D0 on the board to ground, And we're going to do some of Russ's favorite drag soldering technique. I don't know. I don't know if I can do drag soldering that well, but we're going to find out, hopefully, still. Depends on how fast we get done with this mod chip, though, and if this is going to work. Because if it's not going to work, I might have to push this to another stream. But yeah, we'll see. But right now, I just want to kind of see whether or not
How
it makes sense to solder
interesting.
this
Just look
to
at that.
ground. So yeah, Russ, I don't think this is ground. Which is kind of weird. I don't think I can... Yeah, I can't mount this any other way. So this is definitely the orientation that it's supposed to have. And with that, that is basically...
Okay, I hope you know what you're doing.
I don't know about that. I don't know if I know what I'm doing, guys. Yeah, so okay, that's not ground. I'm now convinced. So I guess I'm just going to solder this to D0, or I solder it to ground. We can do whatever. We can try both ways. I think... I don't even know what D0 is for. If they would just explain what D0 is for, then we could kind of figure out what it is.
I'll be happy to survive this with all my parts.
I would too, man. I would too. I think what I'm going to try first is just solder D0.
Kindly lower your voice.
Am I too loud, guys? Am I seriously too loud? Like, that's an honest question. That's actually why I added the command, just in case I was too loud. You guys could say, kindly lower your voice. Nice. Yo, thanks, Lot. Nice. Do what the guide says. I'm trying to find the live stream I did it on, and I'll get back to you once I find it. Okay, sure. Yeah, we could do it that way. No problemos. Then they want me to solder to D0. So I'll add some solder to this. Let me grab that. You guys can see, that's good. There we go. And then we grab our way too long wire. And I think I'm gonna leave it a little too long, just so I have some, how do you say, some play in there when I take it off or whatever I have to do. I think I'm just gonna solder it right there. And there we go. Perfect. Okay, then snip off the remainder. Or I could just use, where is it? And there we go. Perfect. That is that. Then we're going to grab a little cotton swab and just clean that a little bit. Or I'll just use one of these sponges. And there we go. Perfect. Okay. So I don't think I care about that BT connection. So they basically say, decide if you want the mod chip always on or only on when the power button is held for 1 second. So I think I'm going to do that. Just hold it for 1 second and then we can turn it on if you want, and only when the power button is held for 1 second. Wait, if you want it on, only when the power button is held for 1 second, solder BT on the motherboard to BT on the chip. Only when the power button is held for 1 second. If you want it always on, solder BT on the chip to ground. Gotcha. Oh, so otherwise we have to find BT. Yep, gotcha. What are you guys typing? I believe in you. Let's go. You're good. Just messing with commands. You got some mod only commands, but no mods. Do I? Not that I know of. They might have been from Stream Elements by default or something. I'm a mod in secret, says Corn Dog. Thanks for volunteering to mod TFN. TFN best mod. Maybe I should set up some mods, guys. For example, I really like, who was that? Whose stream is that they have set up that you can switch the camera automatically? I saw that recently. Would be a stream I wouldn't have to wake up at 1 a.m. to mod. This is totally true. Teeny weeny wire. Just don't sleep. Oh, those tweezers are perfect for sponges. I do really think these are perfect for sponges, actually. These are really nice. The ceramic ones. I run on 3 to 4 hours of sleep a day anyway. Man, TFN, you gotta sleep more. No quote found. Quote 1. No quote found. Interesting, I never even heard of the quote command. MK and RV and Sloth. Overhead. Scope. Parts People Dell has it set up for us to change it when he forgets. Yeah, exactly. That's what I think is really, really good. So then the mods can just basically, like, oops, he messed up, he forgot, and then you guys can switch the camera and fix it. So I might set that up for a future stream or something. If you guys are interested, if somebody wants to be a mod, I would be honored, by the way. Yeah, we can see that. For now, though, this BT, where the heck is that? Oops, go forward. We have must need BT for switch mode control 1.0 to 1.6. Now I understand what the BT means, by the way. So that's button 1.3. This is 1.3 to 1.5. So this is apparently where BT is. Where are we even? I guess we are in, I see where we are. We're basically in this area. Oh, sorry guys, you couldn't see that. Man, I'm such a crappy streamer. Where were we here on the PC? I'm just looking at this picture right here. So this says where I can basically find the BT on the 1.3 to 1.5, which is what I have. I have a 1.4. So when I go back to the microscope, that I think is basically, where are we? This area. Let me zoom in a little bit, or focus a little bit. So if I switch between this and the PC, I think that's pretty much the area that we're looking at. Let me see if I can zoom in. 1.3 to 1.5. So here we have the port. Big cap here, small caps there. It says basically R363 if I'm not mistaken. So R363, the right side of that one should be button. Okay, that's not R363, but, or maybe it's a G, R3G, or 5G. Could be an R5G8. I think we are looking at 5G8, then we have this one. This looks a lot different to what they have there, though, to be honest. I don't think this is it. I think they're looking at this one. This is what we're looking at, guys. Yes. So if I compare this to this, here we have the schematic, or the picture that they took. Here we have what we're looking at. That's it, guys. And that's where we are. Enough time to sleep when I'm in the box. Oh man, TFN. TFN wants to be a mod. Make Andy mod. Nice. I don't know. Would he appreciate it? Oh, maybe. Russ has it. I have it. Mr. D, quiet. Russ will be the goat for helping with that. Russ is driving at the moment, but looking for the stream. He did it on. Looking for the stream he did it on. Yes. Yes. I'd help. I'm just not good at setting that up. Oh, man. Thank you, though. I wouldn't be a good mod at the moment either. I have too much stuff going on in any case, so I I try to be at all the streams at least. But man, moderating is high responsibility too. So respect to the people doing that, really, guys. So again, R3, G3, that's the one that we're looking at. That's what we have to solder a wire to. So we're gonna add a little bit of flex there already. Just gonna add some fresh solder there. Let me clean the tip real quick and then just put a little bit of fresh solder right there. Perfect. Then we have to find the BT point on the mod chip, I guess. So if I zoom out, then I'm wondering where the BT on the mod chip is. It doesn't say here, so I'm going to switch back to the microscope. I'm going to carefully take out the mod chip. Where are we? We're right there. Because the writing is only on the other side of the mod chip. And because I have that wire connected right now, right? I don't want to move this too far. So I'm just going to carefully rotate this. And then I'm going to have a look and see what these points say. So that's LT, C1, LED, that's where BT is. And that also goes to the other side. So if we carefully rotate this back, I can see that BT is going to be this point right there. Okay, so putting this back in its port, and then we're going to solder something from here all the way to that other point on the board, which is right down here. So that's going to be a pretty long wire, and I'm just going to kind of feed it through all the components that are around there. First things first, I'm going to solder the wire to it. So let me take you guys back down there. Here we are. And I'm just going to grab the end of the wire there. I don't even know how to mod my own streams. I know what you mean. This is, yep. But back to lurking and being quiet now. Don't want to be upset anymore. To upset anyone. Man, TFN, who would you upset? Who's getting upset? Ooh, you got your Kester. Nice. I ended up actually ordering some 6737, or what is it? 6337 solder as well. But I couldn't order Kester, so I had to order, I think it's, what's it called? It's the same stuff I have here. What's it called? Broquetas or something. So I'm hoping it's going to be decent. But yeah, I heard really good things about Kester. So let's see if I can get this one to stick. I don't like where it is now. Nope. Sorry guys, let me hold this a little differently. Kind of at an awkward angle right now, but I want it to move in this direction. So let me see if I can get this done. If I can't, I need to just hold the tip a different way. But I think I got it. Perfect. Nice. All right. Just a little bit of cleaning. And I think that's good enough. Perfect. Dry it off. Yeah, it's good enough for now. First I'm going to test. And then once we have it working in the test, then we can worry about cleaning it up a little more. So I'm going to do the same thing as with the other wire. I'm just going to use a little bit of Kapton tape. Tape it down so I don't tear it off. That would be a pretty bad thing to happen right now. There we go, a little bit of Kapton tape, and I think I'll just stick it down. Let me get my tweezers. I'll stick it down. Sorry guys, you can't see this. Let me just tape it down real quick and I'll show you where it went. There. That's good enough. Not great. Not great, not terrible. There we go. That should hold in place. Pretty good. Yep. Happy with that. Okay, then we can snip it here and we can solder it to the mod chip. I think I'm just actually going to wind it kind of around these capacitors and then over here. Sure. This will do the trick. A little bit of tape here. There. So I'll show you guys. I just taped it down right over here. So kind of, if I show you in the overhead, you can see that I basically fed it from, here's where I am. It's kind of going through alongside the capacitors over here, Kapton tape, and now I'm going to solder it to this point right over here, just so it's not dangling and in the way. And there we go. A little bit of focus. Now, let's see if I can solder this wire right there. So, and then, where's my solder? Here it is. And just grab the wire. I don't like how that looks. Nope, 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 nope. Trying to do some right-handed soldering here. I'm left-handed, so that's a little bit awkward for me. There we go, but we got it done. Perfect. So I think we have a button in. We have a D0 in. I think we followed all the instructions that they gave us. So let's hope that this now works. I'm really curious if there's any firmware on this mod chip already. I have no idea. Cool. So going back to the instructions. So we did everything they wrote here. We've now soldered it to the BT on the motherboard. So we have to hold the power button for 1 second for it to boot up to basically activate the mod chip, which I think is good because then we can take it off later. Well, it doesn't really matter anyway. But yeah, I'd like to see if that actually works. Optional, we don't do anything optional. Plug back all components, hook up the TV, the Xbox to a TV. Here's where I'm reading. And turn it on to test functionality. If successful, it should show an Evox logo on the top left of the Flubber screen and boot to Evox. I'm really curious if that's going to happen because we already have SirBIOS on there, but we'll see. We're going to see, guys. We're learning together. Learn from what I do. Let's see if we're actually successful. I really hope so, though. That'd be really cool. There we go. And just feeding that right into there. I'll zoom you guys out a little bit. There we go. There. Perfect. Just feed the cables back in. Now what I really hope is that this is going to boot into that other BIOS, I guess. And that we can then... Uh-oh, why is this not going in? What happened here? Oh, I think it might be rotated. That could be. Wait, I'm just going to take this out real quick because it doesn't want to go in. I don't want to force it. Yeah, this is definitely rotated. There. It does not want to go in. What am I doing wrong? I don't see any bent pins, so maybe this has to go here. Yep. Okay, I was just putting the wrong cable in the wrong connector. There we go. Good thing we caught that. So that's in, all connected. Sorry guys, I'm missing your chats. I'll tell you on Discord tomorrow, and congrats, James. Yes. Have you tried out the Kester yet, James? Did you have Kester before? Okay, let's see. I need to put in the disk drive. Okay, guys, what do we think are the chances of this working? Is it going to be 100% or more? There. And hard drive. Don't forget the fan. I've forgotten that one before. There and there. Voila. Okay. That's looking good. Plug in the power. Oh, that's not going to work. I need this cable. Like so. Then power. Clickety click. Okay, we have everything connected. So I'm going to put in the video cable. I'll just put in the network cable as well. And now I'm actually curious what's going to happen if I just power it on and I do nothing else. So I don't hold the power button for 1 second. I just hold it, I just turn it on, and then 100%, that stream's chat screen is frozen. Needs to get a cable down the basement. It's still the previous stream, actually, this one. So that's kind of weird. Do I need to maybe reload it? Let's see if I can go to properties. refresh cache current page. So it might now. No, that's also really old. So I don't know what that is actually, James. No clue. I don't know how that works. Can I force it to kind of restart? Okay guys, here goes. USB on screen. I'm going to just power it on, not do anything else, and see if the console at least still boots. Whoops. I think it will be stuck until next stream, unfortunately. Yeah, that would really suck. Okay, well, nice. It still seems to boot, so that actually works. That's kind of weird though. It's like I guess it needs, no, wait, what? It just refreshed. Look at that. We fixed it. I don't know what we did, James, but we fixed it. That's awesome. I was wondering if you need to wait like a half an hour between streams and then it just fixes itself. Yeah, nice. It's magic. It's a magic. Okay, so good news. Console still boots. We didn't break it. So I'm going to turn this off. It does not want to turn off. Oh no. Oh, it does turn off. Yes, it did turn off. Okay, so the instructions say hold the power button for 1 second and then it's going to turn on. Okay, I'm going to hold it 1 second. Nope. Interesting. So does that mean that the mod chip doesn't work or what? So I held the power button for 1 second, but it didn't show anything different. This is kind of what I was fearing because we've already put SirBIOS on there. I don't know if this mod chip, whatever's on the mod chip, is going to be compatible with SirBIOS being on the TSOP, basically. I have no idea. Because it just boots straight into XBMC for gamers. Now that is an interesting question. I guess with XBlastOS we can write a BIOS. I had to flash the Aladdin chip. So okay, so it's vid number 25. I had to flash the Aladdin chip with XBlast. Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking just now is like, do we need to flash the mod chip? So is that what you're saying, Russ? It's like we need to flash the mod chip with the BIOS that we want on there? Or basically XBlastOS, I guess, right? Or what? No. I had to flash the Aladdin chip with XBlast. Yes. So we need to basically flash the Aladdin chip now with not the XBlast XBE, but the XBlast, actually the bin. Yes. But then I'm wondering, like, how do I know how do I know what it's going to write to? I got a bin file from Chris. Let me see if I can get their vid number 20. I can't do that on this computer, unfortunately, guys, because you know what happens. My whole stream collapses. Chris was here before, Russ. He actually already helped. I just keep getting stuck. What am I doing? So we do not do this. If you need to, it's probably on the flash memory. See note below. If you cannot flash a new BIOS to your Aladdin, it is probably using the wrong flash memory. I'm kind of curious whether you can see through the XBlast. How can you see which mod chip is being used, so to say? Can it detect that there is an Aladdin in here right now? Mod chip, unsupported mod chip. Okay, so it does kind of detect, apparently. But it's saying unsupported mod chip. Unsupported mod chip, so what does that mean? What if I boot normally? Is it then going to show me a different message? So I'm just going to boot normally. I'm not holding the power button. In XBMC, I went to applications and saw the XBlast OS. Yeah, so basically I do have the XBlast OS XBE, so the application. So if I log in and I go to applications, it's just loading, 1 second. I had to do a hot swap from mod chip to Aladdin. I've not done TSOP before. Yeah, me neither. But here, so there's XBlast OS. So I can start this one. And then it's going to tell me unsupported mod chip. So I'm wondering if it's detecting the mod chip at all. I'm not sure. So I'm just going to turn it off. There we go. And I'm going to hold the power button for 1 second because apparently that's supposed to turn on the mod chip. There isn't a mod chip since you did TSOP. But I did install the Aladdin now. So you're saying because I did TSOP, because I did TSOP, it's never going to detect it, or what? Damn, I'm kind of learning that you shouldn't do TSOP, I guess. Start it without Aladdin chip on. That's kind of what I'm wondering is like, is the Aladdin chip even on? Because I did do that, Russ. So I've tried now starting it in 2 different ways. So we started just pressing the power button, turn it on, and then voila. And there's like no difference here. Whether I turn on the Aladdin chip or not, it seems to say unsupported mod chip. So what are you saying? You're saying start without the Aladdin chip on, then go back to XBlast OS location. Are you saying like physically take out the mod chip from the board? Or am I misunderstanding that? Settings. Okay, I'll go to settings. In XBlast OS or? So I'm starting it without the Aladdin chip on. Here we are. Logging in. Mine said unsupported mod chip 2. Oh, okay. Yes, back to XBlast OS. So just to make it clear, I started it without the mod chip on, supposedly. So I guess the mod chip is now not on. Now I'm going to XBlast OS. And now you're seeing settings. There's info menu. Am I supposed to go to that one maybe? Temperature, EEPROM, flash, uncommitted. No. So I can't flash it, I guess. Flash menu, net flash. So are you saying I should go to any specific menu, Russ? System settings, LED, fan speed. Sure. Edit EEPROM. Reset system settings. See, BIOS does not exist. Okay, so sorry, when you get to the XBlast menu, that's when I put the Aladdin chip on. Are you saying like physically? Stop! Look at chat! Then once chip is on, I went to settings, flash menu, HDD flash. Just like that bin file I got from Chris. I had to do a hot swap. Yes, physically. What? That doesn't sound risky at all. But we're going to try it. Okay. FileZilla. Do I still have the SirBIOS? SirBIOS. So I've got the SirBIOS. No, that's SirBIOS. What am I talking about? We're talking about XBlast. Where's XBlast? Wait, where's XBlast? I need the bin. Ah, and that's what you said. Chris sent you that file. Gotcha. Gotcha. I'm just going to start the... I'm going to see then if I can get this. Wait. Retry failed. Base. Remote. Had to do. I was scared AF doing this. You know what? I totally understand that because, yeah, I'm not so sure if. Wait, what is that? Console-based applications, BIOS. We want. What do we want? XBlast. What do we want? XBlast. When do we want it? Now. Which one am I supposed to take? I tried forwarding the bin Chris sent me, see if it showed up in Discord. Ah, nice. Damn, you're a hero, man. Try if it showed up in Discord. Are you saying like in DM or somewhere else? I don't see anything in the DM. Try forwarding the bin Chris, see if it showed up. See if that bin is on the ECU menu. Yes, DM. Okay, so apparently I did not get the DM yet. No, it doesn't look like it arrived. Does it have like a specific file name? Because I'm seeing if I share this, where are you guys? I need my computer. I know, man. Wait, I'll just Google real quick. Right quick. XBlast which bin file to test RAM. Instead, you can use XBlast as blah blah blah, or flash the CRC well to your mod chip or TSOP. Yeah, but yeah. 6 years ago, whatever years ago. Yeah, it's all tricky. .6 something. Quit. Bye. Just looking up, seeing if I can find the files, guys. So give me 1 second. It doesn't seem like the right one. Just download it. So I did get this like XBlast. What happened? No data. Is it dropping again? Am I back? Am I back? Am I back? Yes, I'm back. Did the, yeah, so I got this one. I think I do have that. XBlast OS v0.6 bin. Yep, I got that one. Okay, nice. Nice. Okay, let's try that one. So, go back here. Close this. I'll show you guys 1 second. Give me a second here. Main PC. So if you see here, I have XBlast OS v0.6 bin. So now I guess I need to shut down the Xbox, turn it back on. I'm wondering why would you need the mod chip off? Do I understand correctly, Russ, you had a mod chip on and then you booted it into XBlast OS, you took the mod chip off and then you hot swapped in the other mod chip, or how did it work? Okay, it's this one. Yep, we're connected. So with that, I think I need to put like this in cBIOS. And I think I need to put this in there. And then, yeah. And then if I look at, so I'm not going to do anything right now yet. I just want to see if XBlast sees the bin file in cBIOS. Where is it? Here? Flash menu, HDD. Yeah, so it does see it. It does see it. So now my question is, I'm in a sort of a mod chip, if you want, I guess, because I booted from the TSOP. So if I now flash, is it going to flash the TSOP or is it going to flash the mod chip? No idea. Like, I'm almost inclined to try to restore a stock BIOS to the Xbox, then install the mod chip again, so to say. So kind of revert it back to original-ish. I don't know. That would be a long process, though. That would be a long process. Yes, I had to first mod chip with SirBIOS. I had first a mod chip with SirBIOS and loaded to XBMC, then went to applications to XBlast. That's when I hot swapped for Aladdin to flash it with XBlast bin file. Why, Worms? You tried turning it on and off again. Thanks, Joe. I have multiple times. And the only reason why I'm thinking of doing that is because then at least we have known conditions, if you know what I mean. Like I'm kind of in a situation where the Xbox, because I put SirBIOS on there, which is apparently not the way that you're supposed to go about it, we're kind of now in a strange situation, which is both interesting and kind of annoying, if you know what I mean. So I'm kind of thinking, do I want to eliminate the uncertainty of the fact that there's SirBIOS on the TSOP? Or do I just want to try this and risk, I guess the risk is I flash XBlast to the TSOP, which would be useless because I guess it still couldn't. And could it then flash itself again back if I want to put SirBIOS back on? These are all interesting questions. I'm tempted to try them out, but I also don't want to brick the console. That's the only risk that I guess I have. But I guess I understand your point as well, maybe now, Russ, that if I boot it without the mod chip in, then I'm sure it loaded from SirBIOS, so to say. Yeah, but it did that anyway. And then if I put the mod chip in, and then it's gonna program it? No, does it? Does it? Does it? So many unknowns. So many unknowns. What does the AI say? I have with SirBIOS. So we're going to ask the AI and we're going to see what it says. And it's probably going to be wrong. I'm sorry, I'm a noob at this. You and me both. Russ, you and me both. You have more experience at this than I do. But I totally get that, man. This is not how I imagined the stream, but it is kind of interesting. I hope you guys find this interesting. I'm hoping to get back to the soldering pretty soon, though. Because that, I think, is the more interesting part, for me anyway. Okay, I have TSOP my Xbox with SirBIOS. I now want to install XBlast OS to a mod chip, to an Aladdin mod chip that I have also installed. If I boot the console without activating the mod chip, and I use XBlast OS XBE to flash the XBlast bin file, is it going to program it to the mod chip or the TSOP? If you boot the console from your TSOP without activating the mod chip and run the XBlast this, any flash attempt will target your TSOP, not the mod chip. The console can only interact with the flash memory chip that's currently enabled and mapped to the system's boot vectors. I mean, it kind of sounds logical. Because the Aladdin chip is turned off, the motherboard's data lines are routed directly to your TSOP chip. But I want to ask it like a few confirmation questions. When I boot the console while holding power for a second, I still see the SirBIOS splash screen. TSOP is overrunning this, blah, 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 blah. Are you sure? Unless a specific blah, blah, blah. The D0 point is disconnected or solder defective. Could be. So the mod chip could contain a blank or corrupt BIOS. They could, yeah, it could just be blank. Good question, guys. These are all good questions. Console will likely frag, flashing red and green lights, or black and green because the D0 is this. it frags or stays on a black screen after tying BT to ground. I can walk you through the resistor wire trick to boot TSOP first and then flash the blank chip. My goodness, guys. My goodness. This is a complicated one. This is a complicated one. I feel like this mod chip is probably blank then, which would make sense because I guess I actually got this mod chip with the RAM chips and that original Xbox. And I'm pretty sure that that guy ordered it from AliExpress. So I would not be surprised if it's blank. I think you're right about it flashing the TSOP. Yeah, I think it will. I think it will because I think that mod chip is not enabled. Yeah, I think that I'm going to try to do a little bit more research on this and try a couple things out, and maybe even try to put this console back into a state where there's like a stock BIOS. No, maybe not stock BIOS. I really don't know what the best course of action in this case is. But I might try to contact Chris also, or Ace, and then maybe ask them what they think is the best course of action in this case. Yep, I think that's what I'm going to try to do. So I don't want to mess around with this too much and risk bricking it. Yep, cool though. It's an interesting puzzle again. Yeah, hopefully we can get this one working. Yeah, but guys, sorry about that. That's, I think as far as I'm going to try to take it with this one, like I said, I don't want to risk bricking it. That would really suck after all the effort I put into it. So I think I'm gonna contact the experts. I'm gonna use the helpline. And let's see if we can get some instructions, get this console working again. That would be nice. Yeah. Or again, get this console working in the way that it should. Or install 2 chips and run the TSOP version. You mean like flash the TSOP? I mean, I could. I wouldn't. I don't know if it's going to be terrible, because I guess what's going to happen is you flash XBlast to it, and then maybe because there's XBlast on it, you can then use XBlast to reflash itself with SirBIOS or something like that. Maybe that works, but I'd rather ask than do it and just actually brick it. I think it might be smarter in this case to actually ask somebody like, hey, if I were to do this, is that going to brick my console? Yeah. Who wants to be a millionaire? Xbox edition. Thanks for the stream. Later, chat. You're welcome, Worms. Thank you for joining. I hope this was somewhat entertaining. Let me know, guys, if you think that was entertaining. Then I will do more streams like that. Otherwise, I'm going to see if I can do basically some more preparation beforehand. I thought I would just try to do this stream and kind of show you how I get through this together, so to say, and do the software part together, because honestly, I was expecting that to take like 5 minutes or something. But yeah, nope, it turned out to be a lot longer than that. But yeah, good stream. Thanks, James. Thanks, 8-Bit. Thanks, TFN, Josem. Can't wait for part 2. It's going to be part, what is it now, 4 or 3? So yeah, there's a couple parts to this one, but yeah, I'm having fun, so I hope you guys as well. Oh. Yeah, well, again, thank you so much for joining. Thank you, everyone. Russ, TFN, Josem, Worms, James, 8-Bit. Who did I miss? Chris was there at the start. What else do we have, guys? Sloth, of course, thank you very much. Corn Dog. Yeah, thank you all very much for joining. Appreciate it. Looking forward to doing another one. And maybe I can live up to my name the Soldering Dutchman by doing a bit more soldering. Let's see, guys. All right, until then, have a great day. I'll see you on the next stream. Bye for now.